Yo, so okay, good news is I installed the shock towers. I was looking, there's plenty of space to be able to still get to the brake lines, and I want to be able to do this, and I'm excited to put these things in because man, I bought these right before the truck blew up, and I had them for the longest freaking time because I knew they were rusting out, and now I really seen how rusty the old shock towers are. In case you're wondering, these are the dual shock towers, and they're extremely hard to find. So Bronco Graveyard, and it's from Dorman, and those are the part numbers for the left and right side. And then it's just got some basic bolts. So I loosely put this one in already. Obviously I gotta tighten all those nuts and bolts. One thing I want to do real quick is check what size these nuts are, because I'm gonna have to get a wrench that'll fit them on one side. It's gonna be hard to get to. Oh, look at that, first try, and it is a 15 size. It's awesome. Woo, that's awesome. I gotta go through and redo all that now. That's amazing. Hell yeah. Not really, but not even gonna mess with it right now. Fuck it. I should have seen that one coming. Alright, so it's a 16 and a 15. I love how new parts look on old stuff. I'm gonna see about putting these radius arm brackets on and seeing how tall it is with the coil springs. So I've come to the conclusion I'm gonna need some truck jack stands, and I'm gonna have to jack this up way more, put it way higher. So if you see, that's not enough room. So it's hidden up here. That's a good ways to go, and I mean, moving the shock tower a little bit is not even going to give me that enough room. So I could try compressing these things, but that spring compressor is going to get stuck in there. So it's another day. So I got the shock towers on. I went ahead and put the radius bracket on, so I don't have the nut on that yet, or the other side of the bushings, but I put the new bushings halfway on it. Debating if that's a bad idea or not, because this still needs to drop a good amount lower. I broke 2 of those nuts because I wasn't torquing them at all. You can see one on each side. I was going to go ahead and start doing those. I don't know what they're called, I-beams or something, I'm not sure, but it's stuff for the lift kit. And the other one needs to be grinded off. It has a rivet. I'm hoping Tim will do that because I'm so done with rivets. I'm so tired of them. I thought I was done with after doing those ones. So I got this side off. Here's the old one and the clip. That's the new one. I'm not going to be able to put it in unless I somehow find a way to lower that. So I'm thinking if I jack that side up, this side will lower. I should be able to add that on there. And as for the other one, it has to be riveted off. Not looking forward to that. There's all the bolts for it. I had to remove these lines. You can see. Got Sam working on the rivets on the other side. Bullshit, I didn't know it was 6 rivets. That was just 1. So thank the Lord he's doing it. Hopefully he don't die. And that's more than I've had to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I've done more. But still, that's damn near a lot. So I'm gonna leave that up to him. Let me see if we can get this bracket in. So Tim helped me get this, get it off, but now we got to worry about getting the rivets out. Might go look and get new bits or a new drill or something along the lines. Yo, what's up? It's a new day again. I didn't get it finished yesterday. I got to finish grinding those rivets out, or knocking the rivets out. I bought a better drill, and today valve cover grommet came in, and our new harmonic balancer. Rock Auto, I didn't get magnets, but it's all good. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this stuff. Grind it down a little bit, maybe paint it with some rust preventative and black paint if I have to, because this new stuff I have to show you is really weird. And then hopefully I can get to work on the front end of the truck. David should come over later, maybe Tim too. So let's get it. Alright, I'm gonna show you this. This stuff's weird. It doesn't work like I wanted it to, so it's kind of a waste, but it's pretty good, but still, you'll see. So this stuff sprays on clear and turns black. It's not at all like what I had before. It's clear. So I already sprayed a coat, but I was just showing you. It takes 2 minutes in between coats. I really do not like it at all. I like my Rust Reformer. Alright, so it definitely is working a little bit. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just going to use the Rust Reformer. Probably should let it dry overnight, but I don't got time for that. See, I like that way better. I just don't have a lot of this left. I do not miss that smell at all. So I'm going to let that dry. Do another coat. Let it dry. Do the other side. Oi! Who the fuck might that be, eh? It's a nice bike, dude. Oh my god, that was totally worth 15.
It's so fucking fast.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's a sexy bike.
Cooled.
You look dope.
It's got 5 gears and an overdrive. I found that out. I kept shifting. I was like, damn, how many gears does this thing have? And then the OD light came on. I said, what does that mean? I was like, oh shit, this bitch has got an overdrive. I was freaking cruising like 70 miles an hour down Partlow. I was like, oh.
I like that helmet too. That's cool as shit.
It's old. This is my first helmet. I should get a new one. I had this helmet since I was 17. Feel the grips. They're so comfy.
Let me feel them grips. I feel like that would wear out quick though.
Oh, they probably do. This is a 1985. It has 7,000 miles on it.
Can't find my Duplicolor can with the red paint, so we just use this stuff found in the shed. Hopefully it's enough. So it's hecka dark, but you can't really tell because this camera's bad A. But the sun is setting. Got 2 of the Stangs, Tim's and mine. Hold on, let me make sure I get this right. Tim's, mine. Look at this front bumper. I don't think I've ever showed you. He went and cut it because it was already damaged. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty clean. And he's got these nice ass rims from like a newer Mustang. Looks pretty clean. Sometimes I like it a little bit more, but I like mine too. So, sidetracked. So we went ahead and jacked it up even higher. So now we should have enough clearance to be able to put those shock coils in. I mean the coil springs. And we dropped that all. We got the rivets popped out easily after getting a new drill. I didn't show all that because we were running low on time, so we had to hurry up and do it. See, we installed it, and then we got to do the other side, and then we should be able to do the rest of the front end. Also got to put the cross member back in after we finish the fuel line. I keep forgetting about that bullcrap. Then we got to do the brake lines too, but I got to put the cross member in. I got to do the gas tank. Davis did a great job painting this. Went ahead and did all this. It looks really good, and I think that's all for today. Yo, so it's a new day. I went ahead and started painting the other side just because it will be seen from the back a little bit too, and plus why not? I made a whole list of what I want to accomplish, but we're gonna see what we can get done. I really want to start on the other side of the axle, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the new ones ain't gonna come with this, so we're gonna go ahead and paint these black too. So Tim helped me get this other bracket on for the passenger side, so we got to get those on for that, and we got to try to get all the whole front end done, radius arm and all that. So I'll check back with you with that. I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit more so we can go put it up there because we need the spacing, and obviously that needs to be there. So I'm about to take this off and see how pretty it looks. Yo, what's up? It's a new day. Me and Tim last night had to work really late on the truck. Went and bought a spotlight so that we could work outside on it, and well, they actually came apart from each other, and we had to take all those brackets out that we put in. At least the holes are drilled, but we had to backtrack, and then we so we put ratchet straps on the axle because it was apart. We had to put it together, which was super pain in the ass because it's so heavy, and then we had to push it that way, and then we had to put it on jack stands or bottle jack just to get it in place, and we attached the radius arm bolts, so the radius arm bolts are now on. So now all we have to do is put the scissor suspension and the new brackets for the lift kit, which the holes are already drilled. We just got to do it now. Yeah, once we have that, we can start worrying about the coil spring and all that fun stuff. So we'll see how far we get today. I got a few errands to run first, but I'll be back. Real quick, I'm gonna show you where I got. So as you can see, our ratchet strapping skills. Tim thought of it after seeing the transmission strap. Now we got to put the brackets in and then put the post parts of the scissor up in them. So that's going to be a pain. We did have to take off the front steering linkage at one point because, you know, it was causing a lot of resistance and having us trouble because this is heavy as balls but with no tools. But we got these things in and torqued. So yeah, so now we just got to get those brackets on and put them in the brackets. Alright, so we got the coil spring in place. The other side's a little bit tighter than this side. This side is kind of like falling, but it'll work. Definitely needs to be lowered a little bit to hold it a little bit more, and then to put the bracket on. Yeah, and then I gotta tighten these sway bar brackets, and then tighten those to that. That way this starts moving. And then, yeah. I went ahead and put the sway bar in, and that's only because it was such a pain and I kind of forgot. It looks pretty, but I scraped the crap out of it trying to put jack stands on it and stuff. So it definitely needs repaint, but I ain't even worried about it right now. Hope to God I don't have to backtrack and take it off because it's a pain in the butt. But I did that because if I'm putting the coil towers on while I do this, or if that's, I don't know what's got to go first, but I'm hoping to God that I can put these towers on while I do this. And that's why I got that kind of set up. That's not in yet, but it's just sitting there. The other one's right here. So real quick, I'm just taking these hose clamps apart. Like I did that one, because obviously it's round. There's no way to put them on otherwise. So I'm taking hose clamps off, and now I got to cut those zip ties. So I got the hose clamps on. I went and took 2 of the ratchet straps off. I'll probably have to cut that last one off, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I got these bolts because remember I snapped 2 heads off. I don't know if I vlogged it, but I went and got them at Lowe's, and I'm gonna tighten those now. So I didn't record a crazy amount. It's raining like crazy right now, but it was way worse a couple minutes ago. But me and Tim got the sway bar on. It's starting to rain again, so I'm about to have to get inside, but this tarp's covering me. Real quick, yeah. So we got the whole axle kind of put together now. But also one thing I noticed is this shock bolt is broken. So I have to cut it off with a grinder and then drill it through. And I got a replacement one I got to put on there. It's going to suck ass. You can see I'm taking shelter right now. But I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. And yeah, peace. What's up? It's a different day. Obviously I shaved and I kind of regret it. But I'm going to show you what I'm working on today. So I didn't vlog me cutting it off because I put a lot of grinding on the channel, and it's just a lot of work. So I grinded off the stud I showed you yesterday, I believe. It's a shock stud. It went kind of like that. I'm hoping it's grind off pretty flush. It doesn't really look like it from that. But now I got to drill a hole so that we can put the new stud through. And I'm not sure what size hole it is. We're going to see what works. And we also did this. I had to go get smaller hose clamps for the front. Davis did the back piece. I did the front. And we're hoping that'll work. I might put some RTV in it if it doesn't. I think when I get this thing up, I'm gonna leave the bed off, let it run, make sure no gas is leaking or anything like that, and then I'll put the bed on. Okay, let me get to drilling this hole. Alright, so now we got the hole big enough. It's 1/2 inch. I couldn't find my 7/16, but it works because the bolt goes through it. I think it might be perfect. And now we're gonna put this thing in. Alright, so I went ahead and put it on. This was a 3/4 size bolt, and I just tightened the crap out of it. I put the washer on this side instead of this side. I'm hoping this will work. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm tempted to paint them black, or mainly because I got all this exposed right now. Think about replacing the brake lines one at a time. I've never done really brake lines that much. I don't know a whole lot about them. I mean, I know you're not supposed to over tighten them, but see, I noticed that there's one back here. This is the first one we're gonna have to deal with, which I don't think it comes with any kind of rubber hosing, so I'll probably end up having to take it off here. If you can see that, it goes here. And so this piece right here is one. And you got this one that goes all the way there. And you got the ones that are underneath the cab through here. And then you got that, and then there's one that goes along this. So the reason why I kind of want to do brake lines now is because what's next here is I need to do the coil springs and the shocks. And I don't believe they're going to be in the way. I mean, I just did the fuel line, so the only thing that's really left is these coil springs, shocks, brake lines, gas tank. So I'm kind of just choosing which one I want. Alright, so I'm gonna start by taking this brake booster off, which is this thing. That means I gotta pull the master cylinder off, and my master cylinder looks fine. I really don't want to get a new one, but if I need one, I need to go get one. I'm gonna have to end up getting a line wrench. So what to do to pull this one off is, so there's a bolt on this side, a bolt over here, and then if you look under here, look all this crap under here, but up here there's 4 bolts. You can see the ring. There's 4 bolts right there, and then there's a pin that connects to your brake pedal. There's 2 of them or something, and you got to pull that off. I have a zip tie for my amp cord, and I got to pull that thing off. I didn't really vlog it because it was extremely hard to get up in there, but I took those 4 bolts off, and there was a pin, a little cotter pin, and a couple spacers and stuff, and then you just lift the brake pedal off, and with this, the brake pedal off with this. So that should be the only thing holding it in now. Should be able to pull this thing sucker right out. There it is. Remember which way it went in. You can see where we did my amp. So let's go get the new one. Now I don't know if I'm gonna put it on the master cylinder yet, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a new master cylinder yet. So let's go look at the new one. Warranty. There's a warranty on it. A warning for the warranty. I don't know how I want to pick this up. So there's a new one. I'm gonna take it over there. Just looking at the two, this one's got a nice little boot on it, and that one's got this plastic one, and underneath it's got this orange guck stuff. I have no idea what that is, to be honest. So it's not bolted on, but it definitely looks a lot cleaner than the other one. I'm gonna go pick up some new nuts and a new master cylinder. I'll be back. Alright, so it actually took me a long time. I'm gonna turn the light on real quick to let y'all see. It's a pain in the butt to kind of figure out, so I hope I can give y'all some insight if y'all ever have to do this. Make sure you pay attention to how it went on there if you have to ever do this, because I just spent like 30 minutes trying to figure that out. I'm gonna go get the new master cylinder. I didn't get it yet. I paid for it. It's coming in at like 5, so I gotta go pick that up. I'm gonna put some of these tools away, and I'll be back with you guys to put the master cylinder and hopefully start on these brake lines. Look at that, it looks so clean. Quick, I picked up some truck jack stands, and if you could tell, they're way freaking bigger than the other ones. I still might try to put it on some wood or something, I'm not sure, but I need to get that truck higher. Now that we got the axle in, we actually got to lift it higher to get the coil springs in. And I don't know if I have to drop the sway bracket to do that. Not sure if I'll do that today, but I got the jack stands to be able to do it. So we got the homies here, you know, help us with the brake line. Mainly Colin. So we're laying out what we got to do. I got to go get the master cylinder in a second. Just got the rear one on pretty loosely. Pretty snug. Now we gotta do this front one and the ones in the front. So we're back. Colin had to go, and Tim had his baby, so I went to visit. Now it's about to rain, of course. There it is. Good looking cloud. Alright, so not gonna be able to do much. We're gonna try to get these flare pieces to look right. Definitely got to cover this stuff up. Colin root all the brake lines, and I got to cover this up before it storms. Daisy! Alright. So I went to return the core charge, but the bad news is it don't have a reservoir on it, so I didn't take mine back yet. Or I did take it, but I didn't want to give it to them yet because we got to get this reservoir off, so I got to see how this goes on there. I have no idea. I had to take this piece off. I'm not sure what that is. It kind of looks like a, what did Colin call it? Proportion valve. But I was looking at the price of it, so it was like $80, so I'm just going to use that one. If that's right, that might not even be right. Don't quote me on that. I just feel like that's what that is. I feel like Davis would hate it if I said that. He hates when I say that. Alright, so now we're just gonna sit here and try to pry this thing off. Alright, so got it off. The only way I could get it off is putting one wrench under it and putting a screwdriver and prying opposite directions of each other. That's how I got that sucker off. So I'm gonna go rinse this off with a hose, and I gotta look into doing all that, the whole procedure. Got instructions here. I didn't know there was more to it than I thought, but alright, thanks to Colin. Put the pieces back in the ABS module, or ABS hydraulic unit, I think that's what it's called. Colin had to take them back to work and put them in a vise to get them out. So thankful. I bought him a monster. And I went and got the master cylinder done by him too. He went ahead and bled it for me, put it back together. So he said to put that on last. Alright, so I'm gonna work my way up the truck. Hopefully I don't use too many of those connectors because I only have 2. So we're gonna try to get this line from here all the way to the front of the truck. But yeah, we're gonna get her done. So I got 3/8 adapters from Advance Auto. All we're doing to feed it through is getting up onto the truck and pulling it through. I'm right next to the jack stand holding the truck. Pull the line all the way up to the ABS hydraulic unit. We just need to get it up there. Now we got this one up through here. So I got to do the one that goes through here, and then the one that connects here, and then here, and then those ones for the master cylinder. So we got the master cylinder here. We're gonna go ahead and put it on there, so it's just sitting there, put the bolts through, and then that way it's ready for all this other stuff. So we got the master cylinder on. There's a bracket here. There's a bracket there, pretty tight. I keep scraping my pants on this fender where I messed it up. Look back at old references and see what goes where with these lines, and try to get them loosely connected and figure out where they go. Alright, so now I hooked all these ones up, hooked all that up down there. So all I got to do is connect it here to the master cylinder. But before I do that, I went and did all this. But that's all connected with the Rough Country extended brake lines. I got to put this to the caliper still. And then, but right now what I'm gonna work on is getting this rear line. Then I'll do the master cylinder lines, and then the calipers, and I should be done with the brake lines. So Colin had put these in. Now we're gonna have to take them off because we got to place this piece. So in theory, I'm not sure about this side. One of these sides has a bolt that just takes it out, and I think it's this one. But we got to replace this line, take these off so we can get that thing off. We're gonna do our best to do that real quick. So I got the old one off. I had to look up a video. So this tube was connected to the block, and what you do is you just pull the clamp back and pull it off, and then it allows you to get to the bolt to get that off. And this part, there's a little clamp on the bottom. It's like a C clamp, and what I did, I just used a hammer, and it was so rusted it fell off and broke off. But you'd probably just get some those they make these plier things for C clamps, and you just put them in there and it like extends like that. I gotta try to get this piece off of this, but yeah, I ended up cutting it to get it out. I didn't even want to mess with it. And so we got the new one. We're gonna put it on. To do that, I'm actually gonna take a wire brush at this, clean up the threads a little bit. All right, so now that they're off, what I went ahead and did is I painted the clip. And I covered the brake line when I did this, but I sprayed very sloppily some black paint on the bottom and the top. And the reason being was because I wanted to make sure it wouldn't rust. So and wait 8 minutes to dry. Paint the other side of this clip, and then I'm gonna stick it on, running out of daylight, but we could finish right up. I want to try to get the master cylinder done, and then all the brake lines will be done other than when I gotta bleed them. So I'm pretty excited. It's pretty cool, because after that I just got to do the gas tank, the suspension, and then I can do the motor. I'm trying to get everything done, that way I can just focus on the motor, and then she'll be running. I'm gonna go through and start. Well, I'm gonna zip tie this up to the frame since I don't need it no more. And I'm gonna start trying to put this back in the frame. So I got that on there. The new brake line is on there. I started tidying this stuff up a little bit with the fuel rails. I gotta go through and do the whole thing, especially with the brake line. But I need to connect the pieces to the master cylinder. Colin just said to do that last. Before I do that though, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the calipers. Hope these calipers are still good. Alright, so we got the brake lines on pretty tight. So on the calipers, on this side too. But I'm pretty sure with that bolt that comes with the Rough Country kit, blocks off this tube right here in case if you have maybe a unit that doesn't have the ABS, or maybe you deleted it or something. I'm sure that's what that bolt is for. Other than cleaning up these the harness through here, is get this rear gas tank in and all pretty. So I'm gonna put up for the day. I don't want to at all, but I'm running out of daylight. I might go ahead and try to do this master cylinder. Depends on how hard it is for me to do it in the dark, but we're gonna see. So yeah,